Welcome back to NC Bassin. Today, it's March 1st. I'm at Blythe Landing on Lake Norman. I'm doing a monthly kayak tournament with the Foothills. It's a monthly tournament. You get 5 fish, fish the Catawba chain, and Kerr Scott. So I'll probably make one trip to Kerr Scott, but I got all the month of March to try to catch 5 big fish, and at least an 18-inch average. I mean, probably bigger than that. I'm hoping I catch a couple 18-inchers, but at least get 5 to get a limit started. Then next week work on upgrading. It's a lot colder than I thought it was going to be. It's supposed to get up to 75 today. Now they changed it to only get up to 69. And the wind's blowing. It's 48 right now. It's kind of chilly. Kind of dressed for a warm day. But I'm down south on Norman. These fish should be spawning or about to spawn. I mean, I know these fish are pulling up. This water stays warm down here all year, but these fish are about ready to spawn. Full moon's next week though, and a lot of them are going to pull up to them. But I'm hoping there's a few on beds or a few about to spawn. Hopefully these big females are pulling up. I can catch a few. If we catch 5 good ones today, let's see how it goes. Got one off the ramp. He's tiny. Oh, and I mean tiny. I'm not going to submit him. I'm probably not going to worry about submitting anything under 15 inches. You know, you can have a 10-incher. You're not going to win with a 10-incher. Shed a little bit of grass on them. That's maybe not a good sign when they're that tiny. There we go. Another little guy. Wind is making it difficult. He's bigger though. I don't know how much bigger. Last time I came down here I only caught 1 fish, so I can't really complain. That's a decent one. Looks like he's got some length to him. Look at this fish going crazy. Is that a smallmouth, the way he's acting? You would think. Oh, he's not big, but he's decent. Can't believe how windy it is. It's not expecting it to be this windy. He's probably not even 16, we'll see. Oh my gosh, feels like a good one there. Stay away from that pole. Stay away from that pole. Might just have him hooked crazy, but that feels like a good one. Man, it's so sketchy with these little tiny hooks on the jerk bait. Won't be a hybrid either. It's definitely running like I got him hooked weird. Well, I brought my net now. That might be a good one. Stay hooked, fish. Be a bass. Stay away from my prop. I lost a giant last week at my little secret lake last week. Oh, he's not even that big. He's just fighting like a crazy spot. That's what happens when you hook them outside the face. Yeah, last week, guys, on the fire crawl jackhammer at my little electric motor only lake, I had a huge one break me off on my prop. Went under the kayak, jumped on the other side of the boat right when I was about to land him. He made one last run and cut me off on my prop. Lost the jackhammer and a big fish, and then only caught 2 little ones the rest of the day. Which that lake is very tough to catch fish at, but there's big ones in it. Golly, he's still fighting like crazy. On the outside of the head, he's probably shorter than the last one. Last one was 16.25, I hope. He barely touched 16.25. This one should be fought out. He's 16 and a half actually, or 16 and a, and he's right at it. Nope, he's probably gonna be 16 and a quarter. Well, there's 16.25, not bad. Fish. It is chilly out here. I just had a bite on the methylate trick worm, same spot, but I threw it back there 10 times. I've been fishing over here. I just made one random cast back over there. I knew the way he took off, he's probably on the bed. He's actually, I thought he was little, but on the wacky rig. If I can even get him in. That was the female in the middle bite this time. Didn't even notice I had one until it was too late. Still confused how it broke me off with these, you know. You had me around a pole, but I usually use again. Oh man, I'm in a predicament here. God, that's a decent fish. Oh, I don't want to break my rod though. Big old spot right there. Come on. Come on, fish. On the wacky rig. Yes. Man, I had my rods up against that boat. I did not want to break my rods. I also didn't want to lose the fish. That's the one we need. Man, a kayak's hard to maneuver in the wind. That's the kind we need right there for the month. Holy. Yes, that's a tank. He's not, for a second there, I thought he was like a 19 plus incher. Man, he swallowed it real quick. Yes, sir. That is the kind we need. How big is that chunk? 18 1/4. That's the kind we need for this month. That makes the day a success already, but probably need some bigger than that. If he's our smallest out of our best 5, we'd have a really good chance to win it. That's the kind of fish I'm looking for. Yes. There's one. Is that a big one too? Oh man. Maybe not. He might be, I don't know. Decent. Nice. Not big at all. Still be the 5th keeper. Red eyes. Not too long. A little chunky. Not bad. There's where they should be. They're on beds. The spots are at least. I need to find some largemouth, but hopefully the topwater bite picks up later. You can see his tail starting to get messed up. Yeah. Oh, man, I've noticed too, kayak fishing, the fish are always in between the lines. They're so close. God, I'm cold. Can it get warmer, please? Of it right there. What's a fish? Man, it's awkward to sit the hook with the wind blowing, standing up in the kayak. That's a decent one actually. He wasn't fighting hard at first. Get rid of that 14.5 at least. Yes, I hope they're on a methylate worm. It's weird, there's little patches of eelgrass and I threw right up next to it and there's a spot on it. This is what they were biting good last year down here. That methylate worm, I was practicing for the big bass. I decided to go from Pinnacle on day 1. It was a mistake, but just so you guys know, there was a banana in the boat today and I had an okay day. I don't believe in superstitions. Banana makes a great fishing snack. Well guys, midday update. They started off real good. I got one good one and 4 okay ones. I think I like 82 inches or something right now. I mean, you're gonna need like 95 for the month, but I'm off to a good start. It's like 12:30 now. I haven't had a bite in 3 hours. Pedaled all the way to the back of Ramsey Creek in the spots where I've caught them sight fishing before, and there's nothing back there. The fish aren't on beds yet. I mean, I've seen a couple, like 1 or 2 old beds, but I didn't see any on beds. Didn't get a bite back there. Kind of surprised. Couldn't even catch a small one back there. That's the bad thing about a kayak. You pedal for a while, so I mean, when you get to a spot, you feel like you got to make it work. So if I was in a boat, I'd have fished 2 docks, my 2 favorite docks, didn't get a bite out and left. I'm moving back towards where I was earlier, but I'm gonna go back behind the islands. So the spots where I think they might be spawning. I'm trying to find fish on beds. Off to a pretty decent start today. Hopefully catch a couple more big ones. We need some kicker fish. Let's see how it goes. Didn't have the GoPro going, guys. I knew there was gonna be one on that old dock post right there. I don't think he might be. You never know with these spots. And he's just normal 15 incher. Maybe I need a 1575 to upgrade. He might be, but I really need 18 inchers, but the more upgrade, the better I feel. And he literally swallowed. These fish are eating it. Like, that's the good thing about when these fish first pull up the spawn, is they haven't been messed with. They'll really eat your bait. After a while, they'll just grab it by the tail, barely bite it. But at first, I mean, these fish have been eating it, and I don't really like that. This guy's been caught, though. He's in the most obvious spot to have a bed. You see that post sticking out of the water right there. I mean, it's super flat out here, but that's a perfect spot for a bed. Of course, I go closer to where I came from, and I'm getting bites now. Lose a rod like that, too. Will he help? No, he won't help. 15 and a half at the most. Need a 1575, but finally I haven't got a bite in 3.5 hours, or at least 3 hours. He felt big, but he was around a little stick down there. Now he's starting to fight, actually. Oh yeah, it's actually a big one. That's a big one. Stay hooked. I did not know he was big because he was around a pole. It's definitely going to help. Man, this has been a good day. Definitely in the right area. Definitely in the right area. That's a big fish, long fish, yes. That's a long fish right there. It's definitely gonna help. Yeah, buddy. Oh man, he might be 18. Wouldn't be good in the bass tournament. He's not. He's played 2 1/4, but he's long. Be 18. Oh, I'm way off. I don't know my lengths yet. He's 17, maybe 17 1/4. 17. Don't think he's gonna touch. Oh my God, guys, you missed that. My GoPro died and I changed batteries and never turned it back on. Oh, it's like 3:30 and this fish looked like a spot in the water. This might be my Lake Norman PB or something. It's huge, guys. I mean, I cannot believe a bass boat just fished back here, but he was sight fishing. Look at the size of this fish, guys. Oh my God. He wasn't jumping like a largemouth, and you know how clear this water is. I thought I had the biggest spot in the lake. That's gotta be a 5-pound bass right there. That's crazy right there. Are you kidding me? Floating worms, guys. Are you kidding me? That is humongous. That is a giant. And I caught it down here. Oh, I've not seen a bed yet. I mean, I might have just one big fish on the first day of the month. That was a crazy fight, guys. He went around that pole. I skipped, perfect skip right up under there. And I even said that's a perfect skip. He swam all the way out here until I realized I even had a fish. Hooked him perfect, got so lucky. He just was digging. He wasn't jumping like a largemouth, and I seen those bright colors. I thought for sure he was a spot, but I thought he was like a 4-pound spot. This is like a 5-pound largemouth. This is crazy, guys. I might have just won big fish for the month. I've been thinking I'm gonna go to the Mountain Island
and Kerr Scott to get big fish. So only it's only the Catawba chain and Kerr Scott, so I couldn't go to the High Rock. That is crazy. I can't believe my camera was off. I mean, I just changed the battery right over there. That guy blew bass me on a bass boat and got me all frustrated. Because he went back here and fished right where I wanted to fish. But he was just sight fishing. He made like 3 casts. He was just looking. That fish was sitting up under that dock. I am a firm believer in the methylate trick worms now. Floating worms, guys. What a fish right there. God. Looks like I'm maybe not the first person that called him. He probably got weighed in the BFL. That's the main reason I'm down here. Just barely 20, but it's huge. I just caught a 3.59 a couple weeks ago from Blythe, and that fish was only 3.5 pounds, but longer than this one. This is just a fat female largemouth. The spots are longer. They just don't get but so long. Man, I thought he was bigger than that, but 443, guys. Not even that big, but haven't seen one that big in a while. What a fish. What a fish right there. Okay, done measured her. I've been putting her in the net. Took a picture, weighed her. Definitely need to get this fish back. Stressing out. Best part is watching them swim away. That's a big fish on this lake, especially for me. Big one, big one, big one. Another big one, guys. Maybe not as big. I don't know. Maybe it is. This is a spot. A giant spot, I think. Yes. It's probably longer. This is unbelievable. Oh my gosh, he's not done at all. Chill out. Yes! What a day! This is crazy right now. I mean, these fish are biting and swimming right at me. That was so shallow, though, I knew he was coming at me. The last one, I popped it a couple of times. I thought my worm was messed up after it skipped, like it keeps sliding down the hook. The floating worm is the ticket, guys. That might not be that big, but it might be. It might be 20 inches. It's only a 3-pounder. Spots are long. Man, I'm hooking them perfect with this. You guys remember the video 2 years ago where I lost a couple of big ones? I was throwing a VMC hook. I'm just throwing a Walmart Fusion hook, and the Fusion hooks are pretty stout. I just didn't like how it tears my worm up, but I've used that worm all day. It's a thicker hook, but it's working, obviously. Yes, that fish is beat up. I mean, that's just on a boat ramp. There's a little bit of wood. That's where he was. That's where the bed was. Just little pieces of little stumps with little sticks around it. Usually near a dock, but not this one. Oh, this is crazy. I was thinking about pedaling back towards the ramp. Fish is pretty beat up. Well, he's not as big as I thought he was. He looked like a 20-incher. The way he was running too. Oh, he's so close to 19, but he's not going to make 19. Definitely not. Oh my gosh. If he didn't rub half his tail away, he'd make it. This is why you fish all day. When everybody thinks I fish all week, I usually get 1 day a week of fish. I just go all day. It's a fish. Big one. It's solid. This is crazy. Why are they so strong? He ain't that big. God, they're crazy when they're on beds. He might be 18. I need a 1625 the coal. How is he so strong? No, he's not. He's just strong. This fish is not big at all. That fish went crazy. They are down here, guys. What a day. I mean, it's not like every dock or nothing. I mean, it's been a while since I've got a bite. You gotta fish slow getting behind these docks too. 16.5. I'll have to get rid of him before the end of the month, but I'm not the first person that caught him from his face. This is awesome. Now he's my smallest fish. I need 17s and up, really. I mean, I should throw bigger baits to try to catch a real kicker, but if this is working, catch a big fish, then why put it down? Just keep throwing it. I'm going to, too. Or two, this water's low as can be. Another giant for me. This is an epic day right here. I mean, that's 4 fish, probably over 3 pounds. Really close to it. Didn't weigh the first 2. This is unbelievable. I was just about to go home. So tired. I didn't think I could do much better either. You got to be kidding me. Oh, I thought he was going to be like 18 and a half. He's 18 on the dot. Yes. Well, guys, 12 hours later, what a day. I mean, I didn't catch a ton of fish, but the right quality, way better than I thought I could do down here. Down south, I usually expect to catch numbers and not size. I mean, a 20-inch largemouth. A great start to the monthly. I mean, 92 inches already. That's kind of what close to my goal for the whole month. I mean, I like to get to 95, but I already got 4 really good fish. My smallest is a 17-inch. Perfect day. I mean, that methylate worm, I didn't start throwing this until like 2 years ago. You guys have seen me down here in this clear water. It just seems too clear for them, but they kill it. I mean, the floating worm tactics worked for years. I mean, this is an old school technique. I'm throwing it on a 2-aught wide gap hook. I mean, no swivel or nothing. A lot of guys throw swivels, and a lot of guys put a kink in it. They want to put a kink. I want it straight, but if you're going to put a kink in it, you got to put a swivel. It's going to twist your line up. But if it's straight, it doesn't twist your line up. And today they were biting on the fall, but usually, I mean, I love watching them. That's the only thing I hate about kayak. Sitting down, you can't really see them hit it, but this thing, you just jerk it through the water like a jerk bait, like a fluke, and they smash it. You can watch them come out and eat it. That's the fun thing about this bait, especially in a boat. It's kind of hard to see in the kayak, but it's springtime, guys. The fish are biting. Get out here and fish. I mean, even I can catch them when these fish move up 2-3 foot deep. They're easy to catch, super predictable. You just got to cast where you think they're going to be. I did not see a single fish today. Sight fishing is fun, but these fish are just pulling up right now. After this full moon, a lot of fish are pulling up. We barely had a winter this year. Spring's coming early. These fish are going to be all on the bank. Get out there and fish while it's fun. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on NC Bassin'.